Hello everyone, and welcome back to the Glassman's World. I'm Dan the Glassman, and we are on a little mission here. We're gonna drive around, starting at Louisiana here, and head down Central, also known as Route 66. We're gonna go out a couple different spots and see if there could be any future locations or anything that could work for us potentially for our Sunday Nob Hill East market. So our weekly market that we were hosting there on Solano and Central on Central Avenue, basically Route 66, that got canceled on us. We were all loving it, having a really good time doing it every week. You know, the business was slow. And you know, it took us, you know, our own promotions and trying to get our own people out there and things like that. And so you know, it was an ongoing thing. We were doing it for almost 2 years, maybe even 2 years. Like, I don't know exactly when we started it. We could have been celebrating a 2-year anniversary, and instead we shut down. So what happened was a local spot known as the Pharmacy Restaurant, they just abruptly shut down. What we didn't know here in Albuquerque was that they opened up a location in San Diego, California. And so their location in San Diego, California, I guess then was in litigations for 2 years. And oh, sorry about that. And so what happened is they were hoping to be running everything, getting everything up and running right away, and having both locations, the Albuquerque location as well as the San Diego location. They were going to get both of their locations going, and I guess they got stuck in litigation. They couldn't acquire the building that they were trying to get. And it took 2 years, and that took a lot of money, and it took a lot of money away from the business here in Albuquerque. And they really wanted to go on with the venture there, proceed with the venture in San Diego, and they couldn't afford to keep both locations open. So they shut down the Albuquerque location, which I heard was extremely busy all the time, at least like 30 minutes to an hour wait, 45 minutes easily. And so people were waiting, you know, to get there, to get seated. And we were set up right across the street from them. So we had their trickle, their walking traffic. Basically, when they were waiting to be seated, they had time to come and visit and check out our market. So that's how we basically operated. This is the Downs Racetrack, and also the State Fairgrounds right here to the right of us here. And a couple weeks ago, I did try to set up there, and it didn't pan out so well. It was $25 to set up. I made 15 bucks in sales. We were set up right at the front here off of Central, so it was a pretty good location, but depending on where parking is, there might be a better location for us to be set up at and get a better trickle. So we're driving down Central right now. What I'm looking for is a good location for us right now that we can still be incorporated to work for, to be set up during the Twinkle Light Parade that's coming up here soon, which I believe they begin on Washington and Central. And then you have the State Fair Parade, which begins just right back there where the flea market is. So we're at San Pedro and Central. We're approaching San Mateo. We're about to go through Alvarado. This is a location here, the Tewa Lounge, that got recently acquired. It was shut down because of the incident that happened with our Chief Medina, our Albuquerque Police Department Police Chief Medina. Some sort of a shooting happened at this exact location right here, this corner here. And no one knows who shot. There is a video camera just up here to just to the right, somewhere up here, and it picked up everything. And when I was checking out what was going on in that camera, I don't know, it looked like some other things were going on. It was pretty interesting. You got to check out that video. Maybe I'll post it up in the description below. But we're looking for, well, let me just finish. That spot then shut down because of the homeless situation, the people who are unhoused there, and that it was overtaken by those individuals, and it became, you know, it was drug infested and just really bad. So they shut it down, then they renovated it, and now recently these guys who are on the streets, they started out with the wheelbarrow giving people on the street showers, and then they got a yellow fire truck, and they started driving around with that, and they started giving out donations and stuff. Then they acquired the Tewa Lounge, that place right there, and now they're going to offer it to house the people who are on the streets. I'm like, well, wasn't that why they shut down? It's kind of interesting. So we're here at Monroe and Central right now. I'm gonna pull in real quick so I can let this traffic kind of get past me here. I'm gonna pull into Taco Tote, the Taco Tote. For those of you who don't know, Tote. So Taco Tote right there. So we are really close to a location that I want to check out. This is also one right here too. The Zia Motor Lodge. This is not being utilized at all. And then there could be a trickle of traffic coming from Dion's, but not much. And there isn't much walking traffic around here. Now, coming up just around the corner here, there's another location that I'm thinking could have some potential for finding a new spot for the market. So our market got shut down because the pharmacy basically abruptly closed down. Their employees didn't even get paid the last pay cycle, and they now have to go through the bankruptcy litigations in court, I guess. So right here is a spot that I'm thinking might have some potential because, number one, this is still on Route 66. This is Central. Also, this would connect us still with the State Fair Parade every year. And I do believe here at Washington, just up a ways right here, the light where everyone's driving through, where this little kind of bridge structure is. This is the entranceway. It's lit up at night with neons, so it looks cool at night. Right now it just looks like some kind of scaffolding. But this spot, this location right here, actually has some potential because there's this empty vacant lot just right here. Let me see, can I just release this? There we go. So right here, there's this empty vacant lot, right? And this spot right here has been sitting vacant for a moment. There's not much of anything going on. There's like parking right here, right along this building. And yeah, I know the car frame is in the way right there, but there's like this parking right here. There's a driveway that drives in right here, right? There's a little field right here, dirt field, a little sidewalk walking path just right there, right? A little dirt field right there. Easily enough space for as many vendors as we've had. We can easily clean this spot up, rake it up, clean it up, get rid of the weeds, maybe even plant some plants here, do something, renovate it. I know they used to have a garden over here, and this was also the spot that they were going to build the track. So this is the Media Arts Academy, also known as the what was it called? It was called MAX, the Media Arts Collaborative Charter School. Media Arts Collaborative Charter School, which became the Media Arts Academy. They work with film, art, and design. And this spot here, I believe they would maybe want to partner up with us, and we could utilize a space here, and we can help them to clean up this whole spot and keep it nice and and looking good. And then maybe even have it set up for other events that they could host throughout the year. You know, they hosted a back to school event. I'm sure that they would probably, if we had something set up, they would want to do like some sort of a Halloween carnival, maybe do Christmas. Maybe we could set up a Christmas market here. You know, they do have the shop and stroll, but a lot of people don't walk all the way up this way to Nob Hill East. So, and this is actually on this side of Washington here is actually Highland District. So this is technically not even Nob Hill anymore. So this would put us out of Nob Hill, and we would end up becoming a different market. Maybe we can become the media arts market, right? Maybe we could become part of that. Yes, ma'am. Media arts market right there. So we could do something like that. There's a lot of potential here, I do believe. And that's something that I don't see, you know, why they wouldn't want to coordinate and collaborate, except that they would want us to head it, to manage it, to host it, and to make it happen. We may have to bring out porta potties so they don't have to open the building on the weekends. So those are some ideas here. Porta potties, I don't know how much those cost, but I'll look into the pricing of those. But this is huge. We could turn this into a really large market, guys. Like the potential here, this place is ginormous. It's ridiculous, guys. This place is huge. It goes all the way far back there. And I know that window's in the way there, but it goes all the way far back, all the way to the end of the street right there. So that's potential. And I think that could maybe work, but I don't know. You know, everyone's got different preferences and ideas. But what I was thinking was that I do believe the Twinkle Light Parade sets up right here at Washington and Central. So we would be smack dab at the beginning, in the middle of it, where they're all setting up and getting prepared to get going for the whole parade. And then from this point on, then the floats go down. So we could maybe host something here at the school. It's possible. I'm not sure. This is a little spot, the Deonza Motor Lodge. They got that space right there. There's a couple spots here behind the Orchid Thai Cuisine. Here, I'm going to pull over and let this traffic get by me real quick. This is a glass smoke shop, glass gallery. I don't know if they would want to host anything. I do get my twine, all of my cord from Stone Mountain Bead Gallery here at the next street, which is Morningside and Central. And they're on the left over here. And he used to do markets, and whenever they would have like Summerfest and stuff, he had a bunch of artists come out and jewelers and people, and they would set up right there in between that little parking lot alleyway between Cowboys and Indians, and right there. I don't know if you guys can see that, but that could be a potential spot. I can talk to Robert there and find out. This is another spot here, the townhouse. Here, I'll turn here, that way I can get traffic off behind me. But this is another spot right here. I don't know if there's enough walking traffic on a Sunday though. But this spot right here has an open parking lot right here. They do other sorts of events and markets. I know they hosted a Halloween trunk or treat here before. We used to have the building over on the other side. I'll drive around, but this is a cool spot. They got all the painting and stuff. This is what is it, Baye or something? I don't know. It's an event space, an event center, so we could rent this space out. There is this spot here that's been sitting vacant, the old Domino's building right here, which used to be next door to our friends at the New Mexico Trading Post. And New Mexico Trading Post used to host events right there. They painted that beautiful mural right there on the wall. And so there's different spots that are potential to use. I don't know if we can get a hold of the Domino's location here and find out, can we use this spot here to set up? Do we even need to ask permission for like the Twinkle Light Parade? Would we need to really ask someone, or could we just like set up rogue style, right? There's this spot right here by the neon glass, and he's a pretty cool guy. And in here, we used to rent this spot from Sats. He owns this building right here with our friend. This is a beautiful memorial of Wake Self. Rest in peace, brother. He was actually about to do his CD release party. He'd been working on it for years. About to finally do it, put it out at Meow Wolf in Santa Fe, New Mexico. The week of, just like 4 or 5 days before the event, he got hit by a drunk driver. You guys, please don't drink and drive. Rest in peace, brother. So this is another potential location here. It's all sidewalk area in the back. We've done some events back here. We rented out one of these garages here from Sat. I think his name is Sat. But we used to have the building over on the side behind us here. But this is that parking lot here that's all empty. So it goes all the way around, wraps around to that building there too. So there's a lot of space open here. I don't know if Sat is the owner, the landlord of that Baye or not. But there's this whole spot here. And then there's the guys from the yoga studio, which I've met. They were friends with our friend Manny over at ABQ Bite, and they could possibly be into hosting an event here. So this is the back of the yoga building here, which is next to the neon glass shop. He wanted to apprentice me into learning how to bend neon, but I've got so many other things going on with my own glass. I would have to retire Gardunio glass and take on his neon shop. But this used to be our old building right here. And they used to have beautiful murals here. When we first got it, it was a drop of water in the desert. And this is actually where the drop of water was formed and born. And we've done so many events here at this building. This building was an awesome building to have. And used to be Martha's Body Bueno a long time ago. But there's this spot on the side that's an empty vacant lot as well. Vacation of public right-of-way. Community Design Solutions. Vacation of public right-of-way. Maybe we can host a market there. If they're doing a public right-of-way, maybe they can turn that into a little walkabout, put a little fountain there or something. You know, something nice. So we're about to pass by our old location. Oh, also across the street, there's the laundromat. There used to be Tinta Cantina and tattoo and piercing shop there. Jason Willis and MY, I've known them for years. They're no longer there. Cafe Zen is there. They might be interested in hosting a market over there. There's a Knob Hill Music, and there's some sort of a gaming spot there. So those places might be into hosting something. I'm not sure. But this is our old spot right here, guys. 3808 Central. Well, actually it was 3801. We were on the corner. Our friends have this spot here, 3808, which I don't know if they're even open now. Like, we were bringing them in a little bit of business and trickle. There's the pharmacy. We'll go drive around the corner real quick and then maybe just park and you can see where we used to be and stuff. I can't turn left to get over there. Guerrilla Graphics right here on the right. Screen printing and things. My friend Ramona and her father used to own it. Now I don't know who owns it here. There's a couple of businesses right here, but I don't think there's enough walking traffic right here on this is Copper, and on the other side of Carlisle it becomes Campus. That's where we used to have the Cosmic Trading Post, which is now the Wafflearia. But this here is Solano, and Solano is where our market used to be hosted at. Across the street here at Solano and Central. And we had this spot just right on the other side of the bus stop there. And so it's a, you know, it's a decent sized spot. We could easily fit a dozen booth vendors, 10 by 10s. And then on the busy days, we brought in like, I think 20 to 30. I don't know exactly how many, but we had 3 rows set at that point. And it's a good spot. We would be set up right now. There's no walking traffic going on. I mean, there's this guy walking around. He's walking around. If we were out and about, we would be able to bring, like, if there were tents, canopies, people set up, as people are driving by, they would see something going on and be like, oh, what's that about? Let's turn around. They'll turn around the next street, come back around the corner here, and find us and see the market. Now, with the pharmacy being shut down, the pharmacy is across over there, and with them being shut down, now there's a ton of parking. I can see that the whole street all the way up there is completely open. There's no one there. So right now, we could still have the market here. We don't have to have our friends hosting us and opening up the business to give us the electricity. We're bringing in our own speakers that run off of portable battery packs and things like that. And so we don't need power. We could bring in our own porta potties. But look at that. Look at the potential right there. It's an open street. So many people could come and park right now. And we wouldn't have any worries about fighting for parking with the pharmacy anymore. And the pharmacy shut down. I mean, we could set up behind them as well. There's a lot of different spots. There's Hotel Zaz right here, which is pretty cool. I don't know if they would be into hosting a little market. Maybe give up a couple of their little parking spots right here. Do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 6 spots. You know, I don't know if that would be too many spots for them to lose. Now, there's another location. Here, I'm going to come out this way. There's another location. This is a cool spot. This used to be a rundown hotel, and now they renovated and everything. Right across the street here, I do have a friend who runs a business here. And we could possibly set up in that little spot. Right now, there's no one there. So that's also a potential location at the Nob Hill Court. Another location would be Clown Dog to the left of us here, except looks like their parking is being utilized entirely. People's Flowers, maybe behind People's Flowers. They have a big parking lot right there. The veterinary spot right here on the right, no, not available. But we have the La Montanita Co-op, and they may be willing to host some artists here, potentially. But they probably have a lot of people shopping and using their parking, except their parking looks empty. They are a potential spot as well. Another spot would be over here to the left at the Domino's and Field and Frame. There's a little spot right there. And maybe even Tractor Brewing, possibly. We used to set up around the corner here on Silver, but I think Silver is too much of a, like, off the path. This here is where you finally start seeing some walking traffic. People are walking around. This is Central Nob Hill. So we used to do Nob Hill East. This is Central Nob Hill. And then when you get, I guess, past Wellesley right here, then it would be Nob Hill West. I don't know. Maybe there is a Nob Hill West. And then right away you go into the university area, or UNM. The Lobos. What are you, a werewolf? So, we're here at Wellesley Drive, actually. This is where, if you go south, if you turn left here, just south of Central, south of Route 66, that's where the amazing Halloween house is with the pumpkins, guys. The pumpkin house. That's the last video I put up. I don't know if it's got published yet or not, or if it's still loading or what's going on. But that video should be up soon. Here's another spot, the Dancing Bear or Little Bear. But when they host events, I heard that their events are like $200 for spaces. I'm like, no, thank you, no, ma'am. And then we're pretty much out of Nob Hill at this point, and we get into the university area. There's a U.S. Bank over here that they're closed across from Walgreens. There is walking traffic a little bit here, but not so much. There's a Nob Hill triangle over here. It's next to a police substation. That's potential. One thing I was thinking was, what about partnering up with UNM? Right here on the corner, they've got this cool little walking path here with their sign. It's a red sign behind the lights right there, the light pole. And it says UNM. And there's this really cool little spot right here. And all that parking behind it. We could set up booths right there. We could set up booths just on the inside of their parking lot right there. But I don't know how much that would cost, if we'd have to get permits, you know, because that's University of New Mexico location. There's another spot just right back there we passed on the left. What was that? Vassar? And Vassar has a big potential spot there on the street alone, plus the parking lot just right behind that building. And then, I don't know, once we get past that, we're out of Nob Hill, we're in the university area. So then this would be something different. And anything past Girard, we would no longer be a part of the Twinkle Light Parade and the and Summerfest and the other events that are going on, like the State Fair Parade. Those all end at Girard. We have Harvard Street, though, that I just passed on the left. There are events already going on there. We can easily piggyback other events and just go and set up everywhere else. Right now, all of our vendors are set up at other places, trying to make ends meet, trying to come up with the funds that they were making at our Sunday Nob Hill East Market, and trying to recoup that loss. Me personally, I wasn't making too much money on Sundays. Sundays is kind of like my day off because I work all week, like all freaking week. So for me, this is kind of a nice little vacation, and now I get to like try to figure out how I can become host to our market, or co-host, and we can all manage it. This is another location with a beautiful art spot here at this art academy, the Center for Advanced Research Computing. It's not an art academy, but that's a spot. But do they have walking traffic here as they do up there, more by the university area and more by Nob Hill? We're here at the infamous Route 66 Diner. That could be a potential spot as well, including this vacant lot right here across from the Presbyterian Hospital. Ain't nothing going on but new development, but I guess because of that, someone owns it and they would probably want some money for us to utilize it, or say keep out because it's under construction. There's a lot of potential, guys. I'm seeing parking empty right there at the hospital, but you don't want to take away from hospital parking. We've got the Breaking Bad, the infamous Breaking Bad Hotel to the right here coming up. It's the Crossroads Motel. I don't remember what it was, the Rainbow Lodge or something. But this is the infamous Breaking Bad Hotel. It's up for sale, $3 million, guys. Apparently, that's cheaper. It's $1 million less than Walter White's home. His home is going for $4 million in a neighborhood where all the rest of the homes are only $350,000. And that lady's ridiculous because she's never wanted to be a part of the whole thing. She's told people to get the F out, and I'm going to call the cops on you, and you guys need to leave and quit harassing me. And now she's trying to bank off of it. They're like, no, you should just leave, lady. Take your $250,000. Don't even give her 350. There's other potential spots here by Farina's and Artichoke Cafe and stuff. The old, what was that? Poppin' Taco. Now we're getting to downtown. So we recently have been contacted by the news. Actually, I believe KOB4 TV, KOB TV4 News, Channel 4 News. A reporter hit me up and wanted to do a story on us and find out with the pharmacy shutting down, because they ran a story on the pharmacy, how it was affecting us and what it was doing to all of us, the vendors and the market and business in all of the Nob Hill East area. But the host of the event didn't want to be a part of it. They didn't want to put it all out. So so I'm really trying not to say too much of what's going on in the background of things, and just let that all be and go. And I let that news report go. But we could have utilized that to potentially revamp the market and to get people to come out and enjoy our market without the pharmacy being there at all, and also helping to revamp all the businesses in the Nob Hill East shopping district. Not just our spot, not just our market, not to be selfish, but to actually help out the whole entire community around. We could have utilized that news report, that news story, as a way of generating interest and getting people to come out and walk around on a Sunday afternoon, you know? But that didn't happen. Oh, something's going on. I think they have some sort of marathon. So we're gonna go left. We're not gonna detour right. We're gonna go left. Central is closed, and man, I was really hoping to get on Central at 7th Street, but we're still gonna check it out. So another individual contacted us from a place called Curious Toast, which I've heard about. My friend Jen, she started to, she was hosted there as an artist, as a painter, and she put up a lot of her paintings there before she got into her cooking, and now like she's doing like lessons how to cook this and that with different students and at the university, and she's got a business going and making all kinds of goodies, cookies, breads, pastries, all kinds of things. And so before that, she set up at Curious Toast when they first opened years ago. And now, I don't know if she's selling any of her goods and stuff there at Curious Toast, but I've heard about it. Oh, the old Bert's Tiki Lounge. Oh wow, they covered it up finally. Now it's all bricked off. Or they scraped the old Bert's. There was a mural there. So we're now at 4th Street in Central. This is Friday nights, every first Friday of the month. They do the downtown art walk. And 4th Street right here is where it's happening. We used to stop at 3rd Street in Central years ago. And then we just, our van broke down years ago, and we just weren't able to make it down. We quit doing the art walk. We might, or I, you know, we, like, my wife makes cards and I set them up. She's got her disabilities and it's hard for her to do things. So I will set us up, and we'll have our things out available for sale. We're here now at 6th Street. And Gold Avenue. We're on Gold. This is a spot right here that used to be a brewery. I think they're shut down. I don't know if they're open. I don't see any sort of advertisements in their windows. They used to have a market right in, maybe they are. Are they open? I don't know. It looks like they're shut down. But this used to be a spot. They have a nice little walkabout spot there. Behind the launch pad right here is another spot. The infamous launch pad, El Rey, the Golden West, which burnt down now. I don't know what it's called. But years ago, back in what was it, 2007, it burnt down. I used to work here. I used to help run a lot of events, concerts, bring in people. I worked the back door as security, making sure that the only talent was getting in through the back door, and making sure that they were taken care of with all their everything they had on their rider list, all their water and foods and their green M&Ms and all that good stuff. And so yeah, this is another potential spot, as well as there's this big old parking lot over there behind these businesses. And that building right in the middle, it's kind of like a big old mansion type of building, an old Victorian style home. That old Victorian home right there, they contacted me and they asked what was going on with our market, and that they may possibly be able to host us. So here, let's turn right here. We're gonna go down the back way here. So they got Central all blocked off right now. So if we were set up right here, there could be people down here. They have it blocked off though, so not too much traffic's coming through. I don't know what that might be doing for the business here at Curious Toast. But they said they serve brunch. I don't know how early they open. I don't know if they're open for early breakfast, early coffee or not. But this is an area here where you go through the back alley. There's parking all on the left here, right? So you pay to park there, and then they have their own parking, I believe, on the back side right here. So this is Curious Toast, and I've never been here, guys. I know about it, I've seen it. So they could possibly open up these parking spots here and have us set up in the far back and not lose all their spots. They could keep those open, right? Because I'm sure people might enter through that fence there. I don't know if there's a way to get in and out right there in their patio. But then they have these spots right here, and what they could do is they could block off the spot from like this sign right here, the no trespassing sign, right? And then there's a tree across the way there, and they can rope it off and lose only like eight potential spots. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, and then this could be like the last parking spot right here. And someone could park right up against the sign right here and have a roping off all the way across, so that no one drives into the area right here. So this is Curious Toast, guys. Let's get out. We'll take a quick walkabout. I don't know if the owner is here. I don't know if she's contacted me. I put a do not disturb on my phone while going live here. So let's just get you off the stand here and let's take a quick walkabout. So this is Curious Toast, guys. Welcome to Curious Toast. We're right here on Central still, so this would keep us on Central. And like I said, they would only lose 1, 2, 3, 4, and then 4 on this side. Tie the rope off to that tree there. So you'd only have 4 spots lost, and we would still be right here on Central, right like smack dab in downtown Albuquerque, New Mexico. Right next to the El Rey, Pacini's Golden West. I still call it Pacini's Golden West. I know it's not that. You got this new spot. I don't know what it's called, but that's a whole new spot. That used to be a tire shop. And then around the corner here on 7th Street, just last night, our friends who are hosting the market, they still do events over here. They've invited us to be a part of those markets as well. I can't do Friday night markets, or I don't know if it was Friday or Saturday night, but I can't do those type of markets. Check out that artwork. Isn't that beautiful? So here's another automotive shop right here. This could also be potentially another spot right here if they would allow us. We could just talk to Mango Automotive. So, and then right here on the corner, so this is Curious Toast. They got a beautiful location, and they may have some walking traffic. Right now it's not really the best time to see for walking traffic because they got the roads blocked off. So it's not the best time to actually be out here and really check it out. But they do have this spot now open, ABQ downtown, and this spot's been renovated. So we have the potential of bringing people in from the hotel here, and also from Curious Toast, if they just allow us a few spots right here. And you know, we really, with the amount of people we have in our market, our vendors, we could really set up in like maybe 6 spots from like that car, but we'd have to rope it off somehow. You know, we'd have to bring our own barricades to rope it off. But this is Curious Toast, guys. I won't go inside and film because I don't want to catch people while they're eating and things like that. But it looks like a beautiful spot. I've never been in there. They have patio space to eat outside, up on the patio up there as well. And it's right across the street from Robinson Park here. So Robinson Park every Saturday, it's pretty packed down here because they have the downtown growers market. And then we got another spot right here that's open as well, so we would have walking traffic from them as well. If we set up a market right there, I think it would be really, really good. And then you know, if there's any sort of events happening over here, then we would have events. And then across the street is El Chante, and we do events over here at El Chante quite often, and they've been hosting us for a while. So this is also another potential spot, but I think they just hosted one of their last events for the season, and I don't know if they keep their building open year round, but I could talk to our friend Bianca and find out if we could utilize this spot as a Sunday market downtown right here. I don't know if she'd want to, but she's the one who hosts the La Familia market on Fridays, and that is one that I do try to get to when I can. Also, our friends down the way there, they own Aerosol Gallery, and we could potentially set up over there, but then there's not a lot of walking traffic down that way. You got Java Joe's, and you got Off Center. People go to those places specifically, but this area right here would actually have walking. I don't know. Sorry. And so this spot right here on the corner definitely would have potential for the market. And then having the hotel right here, and then, you know, if there's anything going on here on Sundays. But it looks like Sundays is really chill, and people just like hang out in the park and just like enjoy the sun, you know. But we've got some sort of a marathon going on today. I think it's like a Duke City marathon. I don't know what K it is, 20K, 25K, 50K, 10K. I'm not sure. But this would be a really good spot, guys. And then across the street over here, they have the OT Circus, which I don't know if they're still doing that or not. But this spot's brand new. It just opened up like, I don't know, in the last year or so. Hello. And then they got matcha and coffee right there. And then they got a little diner right here off on the side too. So this spot, I really like this location right here. You know, people are going to be coming and going, especially to come and eat. This place sounds awesome. They have a fountain in there. You can hear the water going. They've got music playing. That sounds really nice and relaxing there. So I don't see why we couldn't utilize this location here. It's just going to take us away from the you know, the Twinkle Light Parade and the Navio Shopping Strolls and Summerfest and all those amazing events. But they do have Downtown Summerfest, and they do have the Art Walk, and they have all those other different events. But Sunday, it would just be a new market that we would then let people know, hey, come on downtown on Sundays and check us out. This is the OT Circus, but I don't know if they're open or not anymore. But they used to have art and stuff, and then they would set up and do markets down in this alley right here. But I don't know if OT Circus does that or not. But if they do, you know, we might be able to collaborate something with them on Sundays as well. But I'm gonna let you guys go. I just wanted to take you on this quick little tour to try to scout a location. and figure out where we could possibly bring our Sunday Nob Hill East Market to. Where do you guys think is the best location? I really do love the Media Arts Academy location. I think that's a really awesome spot. But I'm thinking this spot for Sundays, that spot over there for special events like the Twinkle Light Parade and the State Fair, and maybe even if the school wants to host their own holiday markets and things like that, you know, and maybe we can just host it at a different time on a Saturday, or you know, on a different day. I think the parades and the Summerfest are always on Saturdays anyways, so that makes sense. So I don't know, what do you guys think? You guys let me know in the comments below. I don't know if anyone's been commenting here or not, but I'm gonna let you guys go now. Thank you so much for tuning in and watching. I think this is a beautiful location. I think this would work out really well. I'm gonna go inside. I'm gonna try to see if the owner is available or not. You guys have a beautiful day. Love and blessings. Thanks for watching. This has been the Glass Man's World. I'm out.